everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is Michelle at Silver Colored Glasses, where we talk about everything seniorhood, aging, living alone, and traveling alone. I thought I'd do a second part to my preparation for Christmas video. In this one, I wanted to show you my baking and gift wrapping and all those preparations.
Oh, you got your bolly too. He just found the tree skirt and seems to think that that's his new bed. You're adorable, baby.
My friend gave me a cookie in the jar, oatmeal and chocolate chip cookies mix. I'm going to a cookie exchange at a friend's house. So I am making chocolate chip oatmeal cookies to exchange, and I'm also making orange cranberry bread. And that's going to be my contribution. We each bring 2 dozen of something to exchange, and we get to visit and spend the afternoon together. So I thought I would show you what I'm doing today. Okay, so it says to pour all of the contents of the jar into the bowl. If I can get it out of there. And I have to get a spoon. Hold on. Okay, we'll try this again. There we go. Much, much better. Okay. So the contents are in there. I'm going to add a half of a cup of melted butter that I already have here. And 1 egg. Okay, got my 1 egg in there. Seems like a pretty easy recipe, all right. What do you guys bring to your cookie exchanges or cookie events, holiday events? This is a new one for me. I do love oatmeal cookies, but I don't know if I've ever had oatmeal chocolate chip cookies before. Looks like we're going to put them out on a cookie sheet, about 2 inches apart, walnut-sized balls, and we're going to bake it for 10 to 12 minutes. So once we get this all mixed up, looks a little dry to me, so I'm going to add just a tad bit of water to the mixture here. Okay, I think it's now the consistency that I want. Oh, I wanted to show you too. This bowl is a set. This came from my great-grandmother. Something I use just about every day. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so it says almond-sized balls 2 inches apart. I have my silicone liner here on my cookie sheet. Make them about that size. I did wash my hands, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. After the egg, too. These already smell good, and I haven't even put them in the oven yet. I think it's the brown sugar and the vanilla. I think these are going to be yummy. And easy. Gonna have to thank that friend of mine. for making the cookie exchange today really easy on me. Okay, we've almost got the first batch here. Looks like the cookie sheet's going to hold, let's see, about 12 cookies. So we'll have a little bit of extra too. Okay, hands dirty. Gonna get it here in the oven. We'll set it for 11 minutes since it said 10 to 12. My oven is pretty true to time. And then we'll see what it says. It's like about 3 more minutes. Okay. Looks like they're ready to go. Oh my gosh, they smell heavenly. First batch down. I don't know if it's too early to move them. No, looks like it's okay. Oh, yeah, too early. I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, and put them out on the cooling rack. And then we'll put the next. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you what you're drinking today. I am using my favorite Hallmark Christmas mug, and I am having my morning coffee. Fun day to be cozy, baking all my favorite stuff, getting ready for Christmas. Okay, the cookies are ready to put on the cooling rack. Whoop, if I can get it off the spatula. Well, goodness sakes. There we go. I'm excited to try these. This is probably the one I'm going to have since I messed it up. Okay, clean off our silicone mat and we will get the next batch in. I think that's about the perfect size too. I'm glad that I followed the directions. I don't always do that. That's not always my best suit. Add a little bit more to that one. Sorry about the angle. This is the first time I'm ever doing a cooking demo, and I need to figure out how to angle my camera so you can see a little bit better. So I apologize for that. I hope you can see enough to get the major parts of it anyway. Okay, so we have 12 more going in. We certainly are going to have a lot. I'm so happy. All right, we will set that for another 11 minutes. Let's try this one. Those are heavenly. The chocolate's all melted with the oatmeal. Great combo. Great combo. Okay, second batch ready to go. Now those are looking a little browner. I think I'm going to have to go back to 10 minutes. Not burnt, just pretty brown. So I'm going to let those sit for just a few minutes and we'll transfer them onto the craft. Okay. So we are transferring these. Oh, forgot to turn off the timer. Get those cooling down. Get the next batch in the oven. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could smell these cookies. Smells just like the holidays. So, so good. All right. I'll move my tray here. Next week, I'm going to be starting my fudge and the rest of my pumpkin bread. And then I think I told you on the last video that I was going to make, for the first time this year, my sister asked me if I could try making Bailey's Irish cream for their gifts. We don't exchange like gifts. We do, homemade gifts that we make for the adults. And then the kids get a gift. And then we do a white elephant party with my nephew and his wife the day after Christmas. And so all of us, participate in that one. But for the adults, I usually make 3 different things. And so I'm going to make 4 this year so that I can do the Bailey's Irish cream, because I thought that was a great idea. And she's going to come over and help me. So it's even better. Okay, one more batch ready to go. Woo-hoo-hoo. And again, I'm going to do the 10 minutes this time so I don't get too brown. All right, last batch is done. These look much better, not quite as brown as the other ones. I started to put the other ones on the tray, and I accidentally bought these dark chocolate covered cherries. Our family member loves them, but she doesn't like the dark chocolate ones. So I have been eating them. So I'm going to get rid of them today. Put them on the cookie tray. Then I won't have them around anymore. Okay. So here we go so far. I'm going to add the last batch onto the tray and get them ready to go for the party. And since this made so many cookies, I've decided not to make the bread today for the cookie exchange. I'll just include more cookies on the tray and save the bread for another day. So I'm back from the cookie exchange. We had an amazing time, and this is the tray that I came home with. Yummy. Christmas holiday preparations are continuing. Tonight I'm making pumpkin bread for everybody at work, and then I am wrapping all the gifts, or at least getting started. So I thought I'd take you along with me and show you how it works. So these are the ingredients for the pumpkin bread. This recipe is my mom's that uses Bisquick in it, which makes it really easy. And then the bowl is my grandmother's. We use it every year to make the pumpkin bread in because it's nice and big. And then I bought these, thought these were cute, to put the pumpkin bread in this year, and then any cookies that we might have extra as well. So let's get started. Gonna set the timer for the stove to 350 degrees. And you cook these for about 50 to 55 minutes. I put this recipe book together several years ago of all of our family recipes. So this one is the pumpkin bread recipe right here that we're going to be using today. And I'll put this down in the description for everybody as well. First thing in is 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Now this recipe makes 1 loaf, and I am going to make 4 loaves. So we will times that by 4. And I am substituting half of the vegetable oil with applesauce. Just brings down the oil content quite a bit and doesn't make any difference in the texture or the taste of the bread. So I've done that for years and it seems to work out really well. So we will be adding the vegetable oil. And the applesauce. If I can get it open. There we go. So I'm going to do 2/3 vegetable oil and 2/3 applesauce to make the 4 loaves. And I just use this unsweetened applesauce. Each one of these little cups is about 1/2 cup, so we won't use the whole thing for each one, but one-third. Another third. Okay, now we add 1 can per loaf of canned pumpkin. So we'll add 4 cups of canned pumpkin. If you guys haven't tried one of these electric can openers, they are so wonderful. Down the top. And what's nice is that they don't create a sharp edge at the top. And it just stops when it's done. So each can's 15 ounces. And we need 4 cups, so about a little over 1.5 cups there. Make sure we get it all out of there. Another 1.7 cups, so almost 2 cups, I guess. And just a little bit of the 3rd can to make the 4 cups. Just a little bit more out of that 4th can, or 3rd can. Okay, so there's the pumpkin. So we'll do a dozen eggs, and I already cracked them. Got them ready to go just for the sake of time. So in goes 12 eggs. Requires 2 1/3 cups of Bisquick. So we'll do 9 1/3 cups of Bisquick. So this is a 2-cup measuring cup. There's 2. 4, 6, 7. As you can see, not precise, but close enough. So that's 8 cups. We'll open the other box here and get 1 1/3 additional cups in. Okay, 1 1/3 cups of sugar. There's 2. I hope this isn't making you crazy since it's not precise, but I make this every year. Always turns out just fine, even with my crazy measuring. All right, 1 more cup. And there we go. For each loaf, it calls for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So we will do 8 teaspoons of cinnamon. About a new bottle of cinnamon, just for the occasion. How many teaspoons did I say? Let's see. 8. This bread comes out so fluffy and so cinnamony, and everyone asks for it every year, including the people at work. So this is going to be my first batch of smaller loaves to take to work, and then I'll take bigger loaves to the family and make a second batch next weekend. Okay, and the last thing to go in, if you want, it's optional, you can put 1/2 cup per loaf of raisins. We don't, some of our family members don't like raisins, so I don't put them in if I'm making them for other people. So that's all the ingredients. You just stir it in, and then I use a hand mixer for a couple of minutes just to make sure that all of the, especially like the Bisquick and the sugar are all mixed in really well. And then you cook them. The smaller loaves I cook for about 45 to 50 minutes, and the bigger loaves 45 to 55 minutes. And they just come out perfectly. So I'm going to start the mixing here. Just get it all nice and mixed up, and then we'll use the blender. I have a KitchenAid, but with the amount that we're making today, I've just found that it's a little bit easier just to do a quick mix of everything so that the flour doesn't poof up into the sky when I put the mixer in, and then the hand mixer works just as fine. What do you guys make for Christmas? Do you make the sweetbreads, or do you make mostly cookies, candy, a mixture of all of it? for gifts, I make apple butter for everybody every year with hot cinnamon candy in it to make it hotter. That's what my Aunt Shirley used to do when I was growing up, and it's just so good. And then I make the pumpkin bread, and I make fudge, both peanut butter fudge and chocolate fudge. Forgot to film the hand mixing part. Sorry guys, still trying to get the hang of this stuff. Anyway, this is the end result after the mixing is all done. It's all ready to go in the oven. I apparently forgot to turn on the video camera when I was filling the muffin tins. So, they are in the oven. I will show them to you real quick. Filled up 13 muffins. Those are the little minis, which is perfect. They'll be ready in 45 minutes. You guys, look at these. Absolutely came out beautifully. So I give a small loaf to each one of the, what we call our senior team. And some of the ladies that help me. Whoops. And just with some other little goodies for work. Ooh, looks so pretty. And then I had enough to buy, or to make 3 muffins. One for each one of my kids and one for me as a leftover. So we can try them. So happy. I have to say, wrapping the presents is my least favorite duty. However, these new wrapping bags and my coffee make it doable. I love these bags. It makes things go so much faster. And then those that I can't wrap, I obviously use the wrapping paper for. But much, much faster that way. That I'm doing is downsizing. So these are the things on the table that my kids are going to come over and look at and see if they want me to keep any of them for them, so that we can, my goal is to get down to 3 bins, and if they don't want it, then I'm going to ask my family, and if there's no takers, it's going to the donation. Another thing that we do every year is the whole family rents a party bus to go look at the Christmas lights around town, and it is so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
You've actually got the street lights on both sides.
Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the second part of the preparations for Christmas. We just had a wonderful year this year, and I hope that all of you guys had a very Merry Christmas too. I'll see you next time, and please, if you haven't already, subscribe and like so much.